Welcome back, guys, to Dropped Frames. We let Gears go. He was hogging the air. He wouldn't even leave. He wouldn't even leave the Zoom call. He's just such an asshole, that Gear guy.
I know. Really surprised me. He seems like such a nice
Yeah,
guy.
he was so nice on camera or on stream, and then we just went to break, and he's like, "God, that was fucking the worst." I just,
Kind of like JP.
yeah, I just don't. I mean,
Seems so nice on the show, but when you meet him in person, it's terrible.
it's just the worst. I'm just the worst.
We're totally kidding. He's like the nicest guy.
Yeah,
ever.
he's
Just
actually
for any new viewers that don't know, we're sarcastic assholes.
he's actually like the
Yeah.
nicest person I've ever met on Twitch. It's really weird. Anyways, we do want to talk about some news that that dropped about 3 hours and 30 minutes ago, and that was that Overwatch is going to finally be playable on the 27th of this month. They came out and announced that, as well as some other announcements earlier in the week. But 27th, it's coming out. Obviously, closed beta is a term they use very loosely. They've said it's going to be very small in the fine print of that.
Restricted beta.
Restricted
is one that
beta.
I heard that keyword with it.
Okay, all right. But yeah, people are kind of going crazy about Overwatch right now. Coming out.
Restricted beta, or is it like velvet rope beta? Or
I think it's more red carpet.
I think it's like red. Yeah, like
Are you on the list beta?
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Like lock.
getting in?
It's between locked door and closed gate.
Okay.
it's probably Are You on the List beta, I would think. I
Or
think
if
that's
you know the
maybe
right
the
person,
most apt.
beta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like, are you
Exactly.
friends with Paris Hilton beta?
That might actually help your chances of perhaps playing. But it's funny because like I visit the Reddit Overwatch a lot, and it got to the point where there was no news about the beta, that they were counting the days, and I think yesterday was 338 days since we had heard about the beta last BlizzCon, and so today was the 339th when they finally announced it. I think maybe that's wrong. Someone in the chat can let me know. But it's coming out on October 27th for, of course, limited people. You can go and sign up for it over at on their website. I think it's just playoverwatch.com. It's U.S. only. I know a lot of people are upset about that aren't U.S. citizens or live in the U.S. But I don't know how to speak to that. As like, that sucks. I understand it. I don't know how to make you feel better about it. And I don't know the reasoning behind that. I'm sure there is one. I'm sure it'll open up to everyone else. But historically, like the way that this has worked, hasn't it always been that way for all of their betas? I'm trying to think back for like when they did like Heroes of the Storm and Hearthstone and Legacy of Void. Was it global or was it just America? Do you guys remember?
To be honest, no.
I honestly don't remember. Maybe it was just America then, but it might have also been global. I don't know. Chat will let us know. But it's interesting that they're going that route. And they're doing some other things differently with Overwatch as well. I kind of feel like Blizzard's trying out a lot of new things with this. The first being that historically all their other games, they've with Heroes of the Storm, Hearthstone, StarCraft, Heart of the Swarm, and Legacy of the Void, it was kind of like every Friday, or not every one was on a Friday, and the people that had friends and family got access, and then everyone started streaming that Friday, and then about a month or two after that, or maybe a month, they started letting more people in, and then it just kind of like built to a rise, and then at one point, it was pretty much fucking super easy to get a key, and then they go open, and then it goes live. And that was kind of the general transition of the game from, friends and family to closed beta to open beta to live. With Overwatch, they're doing some interesting stuff. Tomorrow, a good friend of the show, Elahheim, is going to be streaming on his channel, as well as, and I don't want to mispronounce, is it Haley Nick?
I think it's Haley Nick.
Haley Nick is going to be streaming. Haley Nick, I think, is a CSGO streamer primarily. Elo, of course, streams kind of variety streamer, I guess is the best way to describe him.
And those are the only
two streamers. Yeah.
The only two people that are going to be streaming it. There are more streamers there, but for some reason, they are the only two that's doing it. I think it's at, what's the time exactly? 4 p.m.?
I don't know off the top of my head. It's actually, I can click right
It's
here.
going to be on their channels.
Yeah, it's on their channels. It's tomorrow at
Elohim.
I heard a rumor that the reason why Elo was able to do that is because he agreed to rename his child Overwatch.
Oh,
He agreed to rename his kid Overwatch, I think.
I think that's true. I did hear that rumor as well. It's tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific, which is 1 o'clock Eastern
1
for 90 minutes. Unedited real-time gameplay from two different perspectives. I'm not sure if they're going to be playing together or if they'll be in different games. It's going to be, they're actually staying, I think, at the Blizzard campus They were flown out on Monday to check out at the campus yesterday with a bunch of other people that were also checking it out. And they've done that before, brought a bunch of streamers out to check it out. But I think they're staying a couple days afterwards. And then tomorrow they'll be streaming live streaming Overwatch for the first time. And that's pretty different for Blizzard to do that. They've never really done like anything like that before on any other game. So I'm interested to see like what else they're going to test out with Overwatch in the future in terms of their content plan. Because for Hearthstone, they've brought out like big name Hearthstone streamers before. Like they did that for the Goblins and Gnomes, or no? What was the expansion that just came out? The Argent Crusade? The tournament?
You're talking about Hearthstone?
Yeah, whatever the expansion that just came out, they did a big event with a bunch of big Hearthstone streamers.
Yes.
And that made like Hearthstone streamers streaming Hearthstone. As far as I know, and Co, maybe you can correct me on this, like, what is Elohim's experience with the Blizzard IPs?
Elohim has played, well, first of all, Elo was one of the first and at the time largest Hearthstone streamers. He was in the very first crop of Hearthstone streamers. In fact, he like had, the Grand Tournament, looks like was the name of it. But yeah, he had phenomenal success with that. We're talking like his numbers 10x'd over a week period, and he held it for months and months and months. Was pretty nuts.
I didn't know those were switched.
He also has been playing some Heroes of the Storm. He actually has been in that a few times. And you know, of course, we go to the events. We both talk to the Blizzard guys at the events and stuff. So
right.
He is he's a very, very good candidate for what they're looking to do. But going back to what you were talking about, it's kind of interesting that you mentioned that Blizzard really dived into the streaming stuff on the expansion of Hearthstone, because they definitely weren't there at the beginning. And really, if you look at Blizzard and Heroes of the Storm recently, you can really see they're trying to structure an initiative for Twitch. They're trying to integrate themselves with streaming. And that brings us to Overwatch, which is really interesting. The fact that there's only 2 streamers doing it. They flew them out for it. They're at specific times. I can't wait to see these streams tomorrow.
Yeah.
To see how structured they are, to see how professional they are. Like, is Blizzard just going to give Elo the controls and say, have fun for an hour? Are they going to sit a dev next to him with his own graphics? Are we going to watch Elo's stream and it's going to be TV level production quality? Because this is like dumping their, it's going to be really interesting. And I think that it could potentially set the bar on how this kind of stuff is done in the future.
Yeah, I know that on campus they have a studio, or have had studios in the past, and they can definitely handle something like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if it is kind of the studio level production and they have a dev there. I would think they probably sit a dev with both people, and they can ask questions while they're playing at the same time. So it'll be a little bit of that rather than, it won't be the normal stream from both the streamers, I think is what I'm getting at. It'll be definitely structured for this and be a special stream in that regard. But at the same time, like, it's going to be pretty cool to see how that goes. Like, it's the first time it's ever been on Twitch. And we've got 2 Twitch streamers themselves being the ones streaming it on their channels. That's a pretty big deal for a company like Blizzard to give. Because typically in the past, if they've ever done anything, it's been on like a /Warcraft or a /Hearthstone or a /whatever, not a /this streamer's channel. So,
and it's the debut on Twitch for it.
Right.
Like
right.
That's another thing that kind of threw me for a loop there. They're not doing like a twitch.tv/Overwatch push, which they've done kind of in the past for some of their other stuff. But this is just all in the streamer's hands. So
yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Wild.
We'll see how it goes. They're obviously going to have huge viewership. I think everyone's going to be watching tomorrow morning for the West Coast and tomorrow afternoon for the East Coast. So,
quick side question. Have you heard any data on how long it's going to be?
90 minutes is what it says in the press release.
90 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
90 minutes of unedited real-time gameplay from not one but 2 perspectives.
I will be sure to be off during that time. That'll be cool.
Yeah. We'll see what it. I also wonder like how Twitch is going to handle that. I guess both front page love and tweeting them both out.
I would think so.
Yeah,
I would think front paging, and probably they'll blast it out on Twitter. We may get an email tonight about it.
Yeah,
if we haven't
probably
already.
so. Twitch and Blizzard have always had like a pretty good relationship in that regard. So definitely want to watch that tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Elohim, twitch.tv/Elohim and twitch.tv/Haley Nick. Which you could see right here.
It's HAYLINIC.
HAYLINIC. Yeah.
H-A.
She's a CS:GO. I'm sorry, but I don't know much about her stream. She's a CS:GO.
I actually had not heard of her before this. I'm looking forward to checking her out.
CS:GO
Yeah.
primarily is what I've been told she streams. I think she's 55, 60K follower range. Apart from that, I don't know much about her. So
I met her. She's nice.
cool. I'll definitely be watching tomorrow for the first time.
Do we know what time she's doing it, you said?
I think they both go live at the same time, which is kind of an interesting
Wait,
thing
what?
because like no one's. I'm sorry,
They're
but
not-
everyone's
not
gonna watch
back.
Elahheim.
They're both going live at 1 p.m.?
Yeah,
Well, they get a dual stream link. I'm sure.
yeah, it'd probably be a multi-stream, but like,
Yeah.
that is kind of. It's a 400K streamer versus a 50K streamer. I think you know where the viewership's gonna win out on that regard, but.
But which one do you promote? Which one do you filter? It's two different links. That's weird.
Yeah, I mean they've got both links in the live stream and the press release they sent out. So interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. I think most people though, besides this, are excited about we finally got a fucking date. Almost a year later, October 27th.
Timing, man. I can't. There's this. The end of this month and the beginning of next month. This is insane.
Yeah.
That's just adding to an already huge pile of things to look forward
Yep,
to.
that's the same
So-
day that Guild Wars 2 expansion is launching.
Dude, Twitch is going to explode. Like, it's going to be really interesting because there's going to be so many titles that are bringing viewers.
Yeah.
It's like what. It's a total crapshoot at this point. Which games are going to be in the top?
I know
Total
that.
There may be new games that get passed over because of this. Like
Probably.
new games, there's so many other options out that these new games that come out just won't have. Like, I feel sorry for any indie devs that are
Yeah.
releasing at the end of this year, or beginning of next month, dude.
I'm not sure what's releasing during that time, but like the funny thing is it's Overwatch and Halo on the 27th. The next week is BlizzCon. The week after that is Fallout. StarCraft, Legacy of the Void, and Tomb Raider on the same day, on that Tuesday. So there's a lot of stuff. But yeah, let's talk about what we've been playing on our own streams. We did want to get that little bit of the news because everyone was talking about it. Zeke, I want to start with you. You did Indie Sunday, I know, but
How did that go?
how'd that go? What else have you been streaming?
Indie Sunday is always a blast to check out, like, you know, indie games. Played before I get to like the game that I really liked the most.
Okay.
There was a couple games I played. Oh my god, it's a Devolver Games, Devolver Digital. It's
Secret Ponchos?
Secret
the
Ponchos?
bunny. No, the Bunny Man is the mayor. Fuck it, why can't I remember the name of it?
Is this on Indie Sunday?
Yes,
I'll start skimming through.
it was. Oh my god, I'm such a moron.
Is this it?
Yes, no, that is Master Spy.
Okay.
Master Spy is another different indie game. It's a platformer, puzzle platformer that you have to like navigate your way through. You have to each screen has like a docket you have to grab, and then you have to sneak past these guys. I have like an invisible cloak on,
Okay.
so you have to go grab that docket behind the guy. Yada yada yada. That's Master Spy.
I'll skip ahead and we'll talk about
Yep.
well, you play these games for about an hour each. Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah, an hour-ish. If I like them, I'll play them for a little bit longer. Not a Hero, that's what it was called. Not a Hero.
Jeez, you played it.
I played. The cutscenes for Master Spy. This was the
What
game.
the fuck is this?
This
Oh, I know
game-
what this is.
Fucking fantastic game. It is a meta fourth wall breaking.
Oh,
Yeah.
You are
I
in the-
rated you during this game and was so confused.
It's awesome. No, see those eyeballs?
Yeah.
Those are game devs.
Right.
And they're talking and they're looking at you in the game as like a playtester or a hacker or something. You're in the game. And this one, Magic Circle. That's what it was. The Magic Circle.
Yeah.
And, you're in an unfinished game. And these developers are talking about the game that you're in while you're in it. And also like within the game, there's the old one or something of his name. He's the guy that's been stuck there in the unfinished game. And he's kind of like the guy who's like telling you like screw over the devs and like break the game and like all this kind of stuff. Like that, see, that's an unfinished character.
Yeah.
Talk
And
about it's like,
I-
all right, Dan, you didn't finish this character. It's like, all right, and you find like little notes, like little dev notes throughout the thing. It's like, if you go, okay, there's just a little bit past this
Okay.
where you go around this thing. It's kind of weird. Right there, this right here. Stop right here.
Okay.
You go around this little wall, and there's a note that says like, I placed this after getting here. He's talking about like the gamers are gonna get here, so you have to. And the guy's like, okay, so what you're telling me is I put an invisible wall here. Got it. It's like the devs are talking, the art director, lead designer talking back and forth. He's like, you know, if you leave that little ledge there, people are gonna go there, and they're not supposed to go there. He's like, fine, I'll put a fucking invisible wall there. You know, it's like they go back and forth.
Yeah, the part that we saw at the beginning too, and I only know this because I saw some other coverage of this game. They like you start off and you pick up a gun, right? And then they come in and start talking about if they want a gun in their game or something like that, right? And then they take it away from you, and it basically you don't have a gun in the game. It's like it's more of an exploratory game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you call it like what genre would this fit into?
I don't know. It's like a Stanley Parable kind of a thing. It's like
a meta game.
Yeah, no, it's totally like it's strange. There are like video game aspects to it. Like one of my favorite thing is you can interact with lots of things in the world, and you can actually do like code developer things to them. Like I found a mushroom, and I found like a little enemy bad guy, 4 legs, and he had like big fangs, and it was like a seeker or something like that. And it's just like this crazy demon dog looking thing with fangs. Now what you can do is you can trap them, go into their code, take everything away from them. Like you can take their melee attack away from them. You can take their movement, which is ground. You can take their resistance, like the rock is fireproof, so you can take that out of it. So like you can leave that little thing, that seeker dog demon thing with no legs, no teeth, and you can give it to like other things, like the rock. Like I made you can rename them. Like my rock that followed me around was itmeJP.
Nice.
I had a corpse following me around that was Dead Man versus Game. And like you can give them like it's a corpse, but you take the aspect of movement away from one thing that you've trapped, and you can give it to like the corpse or the rock or something like that. And then like if you take their melee attack away from them, you can give it to like the rock. The rock will then grow teeth and will move around on the ground and follow you. Like you can make it your ally. Like you go in to change its code. Basically, it's a really cool game.
The moment that Zeke found out he could fight them was amazing yesterday.
Oh, you can fight them.
He's gonna bite that guy. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah, and I had an attack shroom. I found a mushroom that I gave the ability to fight and move with, and
that game's weird. Okay,
that guy's the old one. That rock face guy. That's guy. You meet him throughout like the travels.
Did you beat it?
I did not.
Okay.
It's actually longer than you think.
Yeah. How much gameplay would you estimate or how much game is in there?
I did not beat it.
Okay. You played for what? 2 hours? Hour?
Yeah, I played for a couple hours on this one.
Okay. Interesting.
And I would definitely be going back to it. It's a lot of fun.
Let me know when I get to a new game.
Oh, Howler, there it is.
Oh, that was the thing.
This is okay. If you look in there.
Oh yeah. You're doing it right now.
Like, move. I am Howler. You can change the name. I move by ground. You can take that away from him, and you can leave him a legless, toothless lump on the ground. He has no legs and no teeth, and he can't move. But it's so sad. He just kind of because he took all of everything away from him, like all his code.
Interesting.
So it just like sits there with his eyes open, just. Meh.
This is available on Steam.
Yeah, it's available on Steam.
Interesting.
Yep, the Magic Circle is what it's called. It's cool. It's definitely.
What's this?
Oh, there it is. Yep.
Oh, that's the same thing. Oh
Yep,
wow. So wait, do the graphics change over game? Over time?
That's me trapping it. That's like my ability to trap.
Yeah, but the graphics of the game look completely different from what it first started off with. There's actually color.
Yep, there is I found an old game within the game.
Oh.
Like there's a Doom space style game within the game.
We're probably spoiling a lot of it, but yeah.
No, it's this is all pretty much like it's in the first 2 hours, so you're not. I mean, not really
hey, it's Shannon Z Killer, the dog.
Yep, Shannon Z Killer is my Howler pet.
Wait a minute. So, what is this game? I think I've seen this before.
Not a Hero.
Okay.
Now, Not a Hero is another one by Devolver Digital, so you know it's the guys who made Hotline. But it is the gameplay is decent, but what really accentuates it is like the dialogue that you get from these guys. Like it's some of the most ridiculous, funny dialogue.
It's got that. It looks very much like a Devolver Digital game. Like right,
It is. It totally
right
is.
from this. Like, does it have really good music?
It does.
Yep, Devolver Digital game.
Yeah, no, it's totally right up their alley, and it's really fun, just platform shooter game that you.
I think I saw you or Man play this at like PAX or something. On,
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Okay. I remember that.
Exactly right.
That.
Yep. Then I think I did 4.
I want to
right?
talk about this game because I played a lot of it, and I saw you and Shannon playing it, and that's actually what prompted me to play it. Is it towards the end of the broadcast? Yes. This game is fucking amazing.
Isn't it great?
I played
Nobody explodes.
Yeah, it's such a good game. Me and Ann got to. We're 2 away from the hardest one towards like exotic or extreme or whatever it is. I don't know what it was or what the name is, but man, it gets fucking hard as shit. Like truly difficult in this game.
Dude, there was a Reddit thread going around a couple days after it was released of, I think it was actually a Twitch streamer who had 3 people on a call with him, and they all had their specific sections. And I watched this thing beginning to end. Dude, they were nonstop talking the correct stuff, and they beat it by less than a second.
Yeah, I saw.
And
that
I
one.
mean, that watching that actually has swayed me from playing this game.
We're 2 away from that level in particular.
Dude,
me and Ann
it
by
was
ourselves.
Insane. He would just be like, "Okay, I need this, this, and this, and it's this, this, and this," and then someone would go, "Okay, you need this, this, and this. Okay, next one, I need you. Start working on this. You 2 mazes coming up. You."
Yeah, it's funny too because like I was watching some other streamers for it, and even for me and Ann, like we've worked out the ways that are best for us to discuss what information we need faster or need information of. And I was watching like I think it was Lyric, and they were doing other puzzles a little bit different, not completely different, but like they were getting the information completely different from one another than how me and Ann were getting the information from. And theirs was a little bit faster, so I might even steal what the information process that they were using so that we can get faster on, like, I forgot what certain type of puzzle it was. But if you have a friend and you need a game to play with that friend, get this game. It's like $13 on Steam. It's called Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. Don't jump into the later levels. Start from the very first level because you can't just skip ahead or you'll have a terrible time. But it's a lot of fun. Also, I hate the egg timer, Zeke. That's my least favorite one. That's my least favorite one.
We had a tough time figuring it out because we just manhandled like figured it out. I got lucky. I think on the first bomb we did, I got lucky 3 times. I was like, "What do we do with the egg timer?" She's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." It's like, all right. So I just clicked it a few times and left it.
Yeah.
It worked.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Okay, the egg timer is counting down again. It's almost dead." She's like, "I don't know how to do this yet." And I was like, click, click, click. All right. And then it went by. I was like, maybe I'm not supposed to do anything, but I feel like I'm a genius right now.
Yeah. The levels of trust, too, that have to exist for the egg timer is very high because it starts clicking when you get to 5 seconds. And the object is, or the goal is to leave the arrow pointing north. Depending on it, you can do north, south, east, west, or you can do 12, 3, 6, 9. And you have to leave the arrow there. And then when the clock runs out, it finishes. And if it doesn't explode, you did it right. But if it explodes, you did it wrong, obviously. So you just have to trust that whatever was good or whatever you set it on is good and move on to the next thing. And then it starts ticking in your head as it's going down. You're just like, please don't blow up. Please don't blow up.
Go on.
Yeah. While keeping focus on the other one as well. I think you probably blow up here.
Some of my favorite moments playing.
No, you got it right. You got it right.
I know. That was me faking it. I was like, what?
Bullshit.
Okay. Some of my favorite moments are knowing like you got one module left and like 3 seconds on the clock, so you know you're not gonna do it.
Yeah.
So you just put down the mouse and you're just like, it's been an honor and privilege working with you.
Yeah. Then you explode. It's good fun.
That Hollywood last minute.
Yep.
I've never seen these 2 symbols, actually. I've never seen like the butt with the weird thing on the top and then the copyright symbol. I've never had those before. Those wires are the worst with the star and the LED. Fuck those wires. So
Complicated
hard,
wires with the Venn diagrams.
Yeah, that
Those are tough.
Anne made her own diagram for that. She said fuck the one in the book and like made her own diagram so it's easier to read. Because the one in the fucking book is like really difficult. I just realized we didn't explain what's going on. All right, Zeke is diffusing this while someone else is talking to him that actually has a manual
Yep, Shannon said Killer is talking to me.
Yeah, an actual PDF that she is like looking through to figure out how to solve all these different puzzles, and they're all very different from one another.
We can't get some of the audio from that VOD playing for a second, could we?
Do
I
you
bet
have?
that'd explain it better than we could.
Yeah, do you have? I guess it's not copyright here, so we just do this. Oh, what? Oh, we got that music. Shit.
Exploded.
Fuck.
We exploded.
Maybe we can't do it.
I have no,
No,
idea.
we can. We can.
No light, yes star. No, there's no music playing at all.
Hold on, blue, and then yes, star. How does that lap over? Oh, D. Do not cut the wire.
Okay, blue and white wire, yes light, yes star.
So sorry. One sec. Fuck.
Don't worry.
Do I get confused? I don't want to assume. I don't
And
want
I'm trying to calm her down. It's like, relax.
Oh God, is it this one or this one? Wait, that's the middle. Which one's red? That one's red. Shit. I'm gonna fuck this up.
Don't worry about it. We got
I can already
time.
tell.
Just relax.
Okay, hold on.
It's a blue and white wire, so it
That's-
contains
That's the
blue.
middle. The
yes
only thing I
light,
have to
yes
make sure
star.
of is that it doesn't include red. Okay, so it's either this one or this one, so which means it's P. So, okay, does the
That's
bomb
me
have a parallel
trying not to react to the egg timer kicking on, just like looking.
Yeah.
No, it does not.
Do not cut the wire.
Perfect. We got one last wire. Cut it. Done.
Yeah.
All right. The egg timer up is in the 6 o'clock position. No idea how to do this yet. Now, as far as the rows go, there's one light in the first row and 2 lights in the second row. Okay, we have done this before then. Okay.
Left position.
Left position. Done. We'll see. No, this is like, nope, that didn't work.
Oh my gosh!
That was wrong.
And so that's keep talking
Man.
and nobody explodes. Fantastic fucking game. I'm so glad that they got off the Oculus Rift thing and like brought it to a thing that doesn't require virtual reality. Because it's so good.
So now that you guys have an idea about what it's like, that video that I was talking about was 4 people and there was no pausing.
Yeah.
Yes, this. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
this. Just like it was like a laundry list.
Here, one
Crazy.
second. We haven't. So that one was 11 modules. The one that you're talking about, the video you watched.
Yeah.
What? Oh, you guys are hearing yourself. That was. Sorry
Thank
about that. Yeah. Was it just loud as fuck?
It was just like blasting.
I totally forgot about that. The one that you're talking about was 11 modules in 5 minutes with 1 strike. I've done 11 modules in 6 minutes with 1 strike, and we had 1:30 left. So I think we can do that one with just me and Ann. We're gonna try tomorrow, but it's literally nonstop talking, and you're just kind of like it. I don't know. Some of the things are you just get frustrated as fuck. And if we get, dude, Morse code's the hardest one. Zeke, do you agree? Have you done Morse code before?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I've never done more. No, I'm saying like prior to this game.
Morse code is definitely probably in later stages is the one that will take the longest.
Yeah.
Because there's no other recourse. You have to wait for all the dots and dashes.
Yeah.
At least 3 of them until you get, or 2 or 3 of them until you get used to like the words that pop up.
Yeah, I hate it because I sound like a fucking idiot. Dot space dash.
Yeah.
That.
Well,
I'm
then,
just-
and then they're like, did you say? I mean,
and you can't stop. If you stop reading it, then you fuck up and miss the fucking what you're supposed to say. So that's the most difficult for me. It just sounds like I just sound like a complete idiot when I'm doing it as well. So there you go. Go play the game, guys. It's a really good game. I enjoyed it a lot. I think Zeke and Shannon did as well. Co, are you gonna play it?
I may give it a try sometime. Unfortunately, I mean, this is I kid you not. In all of my time on Twitch, I have never had more games I want to play.
There is a lot right now. Yeah.
Ever. Like I seriously have a list of 7 games that I would stream today that I can't fit. So I'd like to, but I don't know when.
All right. Zeke, let's talk about Secret Ponchos before we move to Co.
Sure.
What?
Secret Ponchos had the Most Wanted edition release, the full release yesterday, the full launch yesterday.
So I'm trying to get into the gameplay. Okay, here's the actual gameplay. Were you playing with subs? Who are these people? Randoms?
One of them was a dev, and one of them was my mod for most of it. Actually, 2 devs. We had the community manager and the artistic director of the game.
Okay.
Playing with me during most of the gameplay yesterday.
Now-
And in the strictest sense of the word, I guess it's a mobile or a MOBA, like in the
MOBA?
strictest sense.
Okay.
It's a multiplayer online battle arena.
Okay.
It's 3v3 ranked is what we're playing right now. And I think there's 10 characters, if I'm not mistaken, for the full game. And there's 3 different modes that you can play. And it's all set in the Wild West. The art style is really cool, like that. Like that's
Yeah. It looks a little
and
bit
you
like Dota, art style wise.
Yeah.
A little bit.
a little bit. The guy, I think he worked on Batman the Animated Series. Who drew this? Jose, fuck, I can't remember his name. They told me, but he worked on Batman the Animated Series back in the day, and he did the art for Secret Ponchos.
So like, how long is each game?
5-ish minutes. They're real short, really short.
Oh, they're round based.
Sometimes. This one in particular is either 500 seconds or whoever gets 5 kills ahead of the other team first, called domination. So if you go up 5 kills to 0 at any point during the game, you win. Or if you have more kills, like see that skull in the middle, it'll move right to left.
Oh,
if
okay.
your side at the end of the time, then you win as well. There's also the death match, which is each player only gets 1 life. If you kill off the 3 opposing players, then you win. And then there's the can't remember the name of the mode, but it's a leader mode where you have to protect your leader. And
like a VIP mode type deal.
Yeah, exactly. And your leader, you have to protect them. If your leader dies, then you go on to the next round, and everyone goes through a round as the leader.
Okay.
And if you win 2 to 3.
So Zeke, is this is not Secret Ponchos 2, right?
Nope.
Like, wow, this looks like it's changed so much since we played it.
It has. This is Secret Ponchos Most Wanted Edition. So it's different than the one you get on PlayStation. This one's on Steam.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
Very nice.
Yeah, and it was cool to sit there and talk with the devs and stuff like that. And I think, I'm not sure if it's still 25% off. I know it was yesterday, but
Because it came out
they're
yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're having a Steam sale, and it was like $12, something like that. So
Interesting.
yeah, it's neat.
Only multiplayer? Like there's no single player or anything like that in this game?
No, there's no like story mode or anything as far as I know.
Okay.
It's only multiplayer, but you can play by yourself with AIs and stuff if you want to.
Gotcha.
Like practice and tutorials and stuff.
Gotcha. Interesting. Well, you played a lot of. Would you call this an indie game? I don't know. I guess you would call this an
It
indie
definitely
game.
is an indie game. There's like the studio monkey. Oh God, what is it?
You want me to look it up?
No, damn it. I have it, son of a bitch. It's Switchblade Monkeys.
There you go. Good name.
Switchblade Monkeys is like a core group of like, I want to say 5 or 6 guys. And yeah, they're a pretty small studio, but they've been working on it for like 6 years apparently.
Nice.
Like in toto, they've been working on it for like 6 years and finally like dropped the whole thing today or yesterday.
Cool. And you said it was how much? 14, 15?
Well, yesterday it was like 12. I don't know if there's.
It's still on sale right now. I'm looking at the Steam store. It's $11.24 right now. $15
Yep.
normally, $11.24 right now on sale. You can buy a
Yep.
4-pack for $33.
Yeah, you can buy that. That's for. Oh, by the way, there's construction going on downstairs. I'm sorry. But you can buy it for the 4-pack, so you can like give out copies to other people.
There you go. In terms of what I've been playing, it's pretty short. Just Halo. We finished Halo 3 last night. Still got 1 to go with Halo 4. And it's Halo.
So JP, you're probably going to finish your Halo stuff before the new one comes out. What's your plan after that?
Yeah, we're finishing Halo probably on Thursday, if not Friday. I don't know. Halo 4 is like a 8 to 10 hour game. We'll be playing on Legendary, so it'll probably be closer to 10, I think, for us. So we finished that. I think I'm going to be checking out. There's a JRPG coming out next week, Tales of Zestiria, that I'm going to jump into.
Oh, good luck.
Yeah, it's only supposed to be like 40 hours, and then the week after that is the 27. Yeah, 2 weeks from yesterday is Overwatch. So hopefully I get into the first round of that because that's kind of what I'll be jumping into. If not Halo 5, I think I'm gonna do I shouldn't say this on stream, but I think I might have to do a 24-hour stream. So if I could play through Halo 5 in full story mode and then get into Overwatch when that releases, if I get in.
So, random side question here. Have they announced how long the Halo 5 campaign is?
I think they said it was 9 to 12 hours. They released the game went gold sometime last week and they released an infographic. And I think one of the little side parts of that infographic was it's 9 to 12 hours.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
So, and it's about the length of all the other Halo campaigns. There is a,
by 24 hours, you mean 20.
Probably, yeah. We'll probably just go 20. However long it takes until I get tired of it.
16 to 20. When I say 24, I mean like 16 to 20.
Yeah.
12 to 18.
Exactly. Have you guys done a 24-hour stream? Oh, I don't think you have. Never mind. Shut the fuck up.
Anyway. 36-hour stream. Sorry. What?
I've done 5 of them.
You've done 5 of them? Did you stay up the entire time?
For a long time, but back way back when, I used to do 24-hour streams every once in a while, like usually with a partner or a couple people.
I think it's like immensely harder to do it by yourself.
Dude, I did like 4 24-hour streams. I did a 36-hour stream, and then I did another 24-hour stream. Didn't make it, and like that was the last one.
When did you do a 36-hour stream?
For the release of the MMO that everyone knows and loves, Dragon Prophet.
Oh. I thought you were going to say Arcade, because I think that might have been my last.
Dragon's Prophet. It was this little game that like got moved over to the States, and it looked really cool. And I was like all about, I did this 36-hour stream, got to like the end game in one sitting, and learned there was no end game. That was the end of that 36-hour stream. Me getting to the max level and being like, hey, cool, let's go do end game stuff. And like send messages to some other top level people. And oh no, there's none of that's in yet.
That's always rough.
Like an instance or like a boss or something? No, there's nothing in yet. Nothing. Oh, should have looked into that before I did this.
That's a lot of time to play a game to have nothing at the end.
Dude, it was really unfortunate because the game itself, it was basically like a giant MMO with these crazy awesome dragons that you could capture and train and do all this. Like all the pieces were there for something really cool, but there again, it was.
Was that the Sony game?
Yeah, I think it was. It was made in the West and then brought over by I think Sony. So they were the publisher, not the developer. But yeah, it was unfortunate. And apparently now in chat, people are saying that it's apparently shut down now. Ouch.
Oh well, at least it got 36 hours.
Right,
so there you go.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
This was a while ago. This was like early last year, I think.
Yeah. I think if I do another 24-hour stream, I'm not going to do 4 hours of production before. That was a really stupid idea.
People have been telling me like, "Hey, Fallout 4, you're doing a 24, right?" Because I'm starting at 12:01 a.m. for my Fallout 4.
Yeah.
And that is like, and even then, there's no other game that I would do more than 24 hours coming up in Fallout 4. But even then, I'm like, dude, if you do a 24 at my age, like screws up your schedule, and then you can't sleep at the right time.
Dude, after I did that for 2 days, I was dead.
And dude, the last 8 hours of the 24-hour stream are just this.
Yep. Dude, that was the one thing.
Not reading chat, not responding to anything.
That was the one thing I was so happy about is I didn't have a camera this 24-hour stream. All the other ones that I've done was on camera. And I was so happy because I could just fucking look like I've been up for 20 hours on camera and not feel bad. I didn't have to worry about that shit.
Yeah.
You should, I think the smart thing to do is stream 12 hours, go to sleep for 10 hours, and then stream that night.
Dude, I'm going to do the exact same thing I did for Dragon Age Inquisition.
What's that?
5 18+ hour streams back to back.
That's a lot.
But you get a full night's sleep every time. Like it's a long time to stream, but you can have it take an hour to eat, get a nice amount of sleep. It's like doing a 5-day long ass stream with sleeping basically.
Yeah, that's true.
That at the end of those I still feel good. So unlike 24 hours, man, those take me out.
It destroyed me. The next day I was just like, I don't want to move, do anything, wake up.
Your energy level the next day is totally different too.
Yeah.
And especially if you're someone that, really likes to interact with chat and kind of be somewhat energetic.
Yeah. Yeah, it's rough. There's no energy. There's no energy there.
Well, my mod's giving you shit.
Which one is that?
This is itmeJP put together? He must look like hell off camera.
Oh. I don't know. I'm on stream and you're a mod, so go fuck yourself.
Oh, snap, bitch.
That's my response.
That may be the shittiest thing I've ever heard from
I'll
you.
throw shade back at you.
Shade in this game.
Anyways. Co, what have you been streaming? You started in The Witcher today. What were you streaming before that?
I have been on an old games kick. The Metal Gear Solid thing kind of reignited it. So like I played the Resident Evil 1 remastered, Silent Hill 1, Resident Evil 2 Claire A, recently finished that.
What the fuck is that?
Silent Hill 2 this morning, and then tomorrow I'm starting Leon B, which is the second side of Resident Evil 2, and then I'm probably doing Resident Evil 3 and 4, which I've never done.
Are those remastered?
The first one is the Resident Evil 1 is remastered, and I gotta say, if you've never played Resident Evil 1, play remastered. It is really, they did a great job with it.
Did they nail the dogs at the door in the very beginning? You didn't do that? Oh, you go over and open the door and the dogs like jump through?
Oh, yes, I got trolled. Someone's like, go outside. There's good stuff outside. So I don't have a weapon, right? And I'm like, oh, cool. Let's go get us some ammo. And I open the door and that thing, it just charges right at you.
Yeah.
And then that was like 10 minutes of me running in circles.
Wait, was this your first playthrough?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've never played any of these. No, I didn't have a PS growing up, a PlayStation 1.
I played those games. I'm sorry. I watched my brother play those games when I was like 11. And I was scared out of my fucking mind when the dogs jumped through the door. Did you get to the hallway yet with the dogs in the windows?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I finished Resident Evil Remastered and got through the first part of 2. And I didn't know that Resident Evil 2 worked the way it did. And I'm really surprised that there hasn't really been any games since then that have taken the initiative to do that, because that's a whole different kind of game. And for those who don't know Resident Evil 2, this isn't really a spoiler, but you pick a character, like Claire or Leon at the beginning of the game, and then you play through it. And every so often, in whichever way you play, there'll be, you'll see the other characters sometimes, and you can sometimes
Interact
get help
with them. Yeah.
Well, when you finish with that person, you save it, and then you load it up with the other character in another part of the mansion. And then it's basically like you're playing the game again from their perspective, but it's totally different. So, and apparently you get the true ending by finishing it this way, which is the reason I'm doing it.
Resident Evil games always did that. It's like, you got to get the true ending, man. It's like,
well, I'm really into 4 because people have been telling me 4 is awesome, and I need to play it. I never have.
4 is actually it's a revolutionary game for what it did. It actually, like, there are billions of games out there that were impacted by what Resident Evil 4 did on the console. So yeah.
I can't wait to try it. But people have been telling me, like, I actually wasn't going to do Leon B. I wasn't going to do the other side of Resident Evil. But they said, like, look, if you want to really get 4, like, you have to play Leon B. So that's where we are tomorrow.
Are those games?
Oh, and then
are you playing those on like? Do they have a difficulty in those games?
Yes,
they do.
Yes, they do. And the people that get really into them, you can finish the game with different grades, and then you can go back and different things happen on different grades or ranks. And depending on how you do and what weapons you use, you get different rank scores and stuff like that.
Interesting. Interesting.
I gotta say though, for me, inventory nightmare.
Yeah, those games are really bad about that.
I've never been like, I seriously spent an hour and a half just trucking my ass around to my storage boxes so I could get random quest items and stuff. And there were a couple times when it's like I had to load a save game. Like my inventory would be full of 6 items and I couldn't use and you can't drop items. And then I'd come up to like a thing that I need and I wouldn't have any space for it. It's like I'd have to pick something up on one side of the room and use it on the other. And my character would be like, I can't drop anything and I can't use anything and I can't pick this up because my inventory's full. I literally had to reload my game so I could go back and pick it up before I picked up another item. Yeah. And then it was ridiculous.
It's a weird thing because this might have been one of the first games with an inventory system like in this type of game. Like obviously there were RPGs with inventory systems, but nothing ever like Resident Evil. And it sucks going back to those games because nowadays that's like fucking heresy to put that shit in their game. I had the same issue with Halo 1 because we were playing on I think we played that one on Heroic. But the checkpoints in that game are fucking terrible. And so if you die, you basically like start the entire level over. And so it's interesting going back and like doing some of the playthroughs of the older games because you have to go back and realize that a lot of older games had a lot of dumb shit that's nowadays just you would never find it in the game.
It's kind of interesting because when you look at the older games, you can see these things and it's clear the game designers were trying to do something new. Like they were really trying to put in something they thought would be fun or challenging. And it's like these days, years later, we're just like, that was dumb. It didn't work. Like
Yeah.
nobody liked it. But yeah, overall, dude, it has been amazing. And,
Nice.
and in the graphics aside, and I don't mind the graphics.
They don't
Like,
look too bad.
2, and that was like a graphic renaissance compared to the last few weeks. But yeah, and that was an actual PS2 that my mod Boatman sent me. Thank you, mod love. That was
What
amazing.
5 minute or 2 minutes on Silent Hill? Are you finding it as fucking creepy as I remember it to be?
Dude, as a 30-plus-year-old man, there were parts of Silent Hill 2 that had me straight creeped out.
That game was
There
fucking
are
terrifying.
There's some of the things that have happened in that game that I've not seen in any other game to this day. And it's just like some of the big thing that really got me was the animations. They nailed that jerky, creepy ass movement.
Yeah,
like
man.
every single enemy or person in the game just has this way that they're done.
Yeah,
It's yeah. Like really, it just like it's crazy. And to see like a creature that bleeds made of legs like jerking its way to you in this stopgap movement. No, and then some of the stuff that, dude, like again, not to spoil it, but Silent Hill 2 hit me in the feels, man. Like at the end of that game, like I was not prepared for the end of that game.
Was Silent Hill 1 that had like the fucking really bad first ending and then like the true ending was good? Okay.
Well, no, my Silent Hill 1 ending was bogus. Like I didn't think it was an end. Because I missed this key item early on, which prevented me.
Why
from
am I
saving
like preventing
character.
spoilers? Was that with
My
aliens?
ending looked like a boss battle death.
Which one of the
It
games
was-
has aliens in it? At the
That
ending?
was 2.
Okay.
And we watched that today. There's 2 endings in 2 that are a joke end. They're joke endings.
Oh,
endings.
really?
The UFO ending and the dog ending. And I don't know if you've seen the Silent Hill 2 dog ending.
I haven't
You should
seen that
Google
one.
it right now because it's hilarious. It's like they called the whole Doge meme. Like it's
years before it happened.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. And you watch it, you're just like, this can't be real. This can't be real. It's real. This is real. I'm watching this. Like it's amazing. UFO ending 2 is just.
I remember the alien ending. Everyone was like, what the like when it first came out, I think everyone got that one first. Like it's the easiest to get or some shit. And everyone was like, why the fuck are there UFOs in Silent Hill? Like what is this game? Because everyone was trying to figure out which is the real ending. And I don't think they actually say which is the real ending.
I actually, from what I understand, there was a novella or there was some kind of literature written later about Silent Hill 2, and the real ending is the quote unquote bad ending.
Okay.
The one where, well, again, I don't want to.
Yeah,
But
sure.
it's the ending that's considered the bad ending. It kind of fits. I hate saying it. It fits the mood of the whole world. It fits the story. It's definitely the most depressing.
That makes sense.
But it makes sense. But yeah, the end of that game, man, blew me away. The some of the voice acting and stuff is just top notch, and the subject matter plus that made it quite a ride.
Yeah.
Really recommend it. If you've never played Silent Hill 2, I recommend it.
They are really good games. I think, which is it 3 that is on? One of those is on the PC, I thought.
Now, this is where it gets kind of interesting. There's a Silent Hill HD release, and be very careful here because if you're thinking of playing Silent Hill 2, every person I've talked to has said, do not play that version. I could have just downloaded that on my PS3, which was already hooked up. That's great. Instead, like I said, one of my mods was cool enough to send me a PS2 with a hard copy of Silent Hill, and I played on that. And apparently when they did the HD stuff, they just changed it too much. Like they took out the fog.
Oh,
for
what?
instance. Yeah, they took out the fog, and like one of the fonts now are Comic Sans, and it's bugged and crashes, and like it crashes at weird times, and there's save corruption issues. Like apparently the HD remaster, they just
Isn't that a
did about
Konami joint?
on a day.
Didn't Konami make that?
Dude, hey, look here. Like I've always said, Konami is a company. Whatever. Whoever runs a Konami Twitter, give that girl a raise. But-
They are pretty good on the Twitter for sure.
Yeah, for Twitter, they're on Twitter. Konami is a station. As a company, just look at what they've done in the last 6 months and make your own.
Yeah,
opinion.
pachinko or pachinko machines. Is that not pachinko?
Dude, all I gotta
Pachinko.
say is the last 40% of Metal Gear Solid 5. I've never been so pained finishing a game, knowing that it's like
I
this
didn't
is
know that.
not the vision. This is not all of it. The Godfather of this series does not have a seal of approval on it. Like that was.
I still never finished that. Talk about too many games, man. That game was too long. I still agree with it being too long.
And to think it could have had like 30% more.
Yeah. Let's talk about a game that also is too long by the name of Witcher 3, which has DLC out, which is making it even longer, and you've been playing it. Talk to me about Heart of Stone.
Okay, I started Heart of Stone a couple days ago, and I actually left Witcher 3 before what was known as the major patches. And in my 150 plus hour Witcher 3 playthrough, we had discussions all the time about what we would change, what would be different, like hey Co, what are the top things you want changed? And we'd have these big discussions about them. They seriously took almost everything we talked about and patched into the game. They completely changed how some of the major mechanics work in the game in 2 patches. Like 2 entire sets of items just no longer have weight. They added in storage. They changed how the inventory works. They added 2 hotbar keys because people said they didn't have enough item selections. They changed how the wheel works. They changed how reading in books works. They changed how it's insane how much they changed after everything had sold. That's the big thing that get like all these big changes, all this stuff was after the hype, was after, they were really pushing it. Really goes to speak volumes about CDPR, and they were releasing all the free DLC on the side. Now, anyway, all that was amazing. But to Heart of Stone, they added in a very cool new weapon enchantment system. I've not seen something like it before that gives you crazy cool effects. Like I have this word rune chain on one of my swords that makes one of my special moves have an extra meter. So now every time I use my sword, it's like a second light sword comes out of the end of it, and I'm swinging around like a giant claymore.
Damn.
Awesome. And there's an item set you can put on your armor that makes all of your armor act as light armor, regardless of what type of armor it is.
That's OP as fuck. What the fuck?
Game-changing shit. You can completely redo builds based around that set of and there's like 13 of them, and they all do crazy different things. Also, they changed how potion works. Much better now. Like I could just go on and on and on. But the short answer is I've played it Heart of Stone now for about 4.5 hours. I'm playing it the second we're done here. I played it right before we started. The characters are great. They brought back some characters that weren't in Witcher 3 that were from other Witchers.
Yeah.
They tied in this crazy story that's starting, like a story that I've never seen in the Witcher universe involving,
Yeah, I'm trying to skip ahead through the fucking cutscenes. There we go. There's some new stuff.
Needless to say, I'm 4 hours in, and I am really impressed with what I'm seeing. And I'm having an absolute blast with it again. It has reignited my my love of the game, for sure. And I came in pretty skeptical. I was like, I kind of hope this isn't just more like, Witcher contracts and kind of, maybe we'll see a few cutscenes and it'll be extra story. Like I came in a little bit skeptical, but
what is like the bullet point that they added? Did they add new Witcher contracts into the game?
There's more levels. There's more everything.
Okay.
It's
just more Witcher.
Or there's a whole new overworld area. There's more main quests, a new level cap, this new rune right person. Many more new characters, and again, I'm only 4 hours in, so there's a lot of stuff I haven't done yet.
What do you have any idea of the hours that it adds?
Well, I've been told 10 to 12.
Okay. How much is it?
Through the main story.
If you what?
If you go through the main story, but see, I've been in it for like 4 hours, and I'm like 30 to 40 minutes through the main story, so I'm starting to get kind of worried about.
You're getting sidetracked as you do.
Yeah, Core said, and it has a good point. Witcher 3 has no level cap. I should say that they added in items that go much further past the level that we had before. So like, now you're running around getting items that are level 38. Items you can't use, which just didn't really happen before. So they've kind of rebalanced and changed that a little bit.
How much is the DLC?
You know what? I'm actually not. I think it was like $10. Yeah, I think it was like $10 when I looked at it. So you can get the season pass. Well, here's another thing. If you are a Witcher fan and you want the Heart of Stone DLC, you may want to look into the season pass because there is a much larger DLC coming at the beginning of next year.
$10.
So you can pick up both of those at the same time for I think a cheaper price.
It's not. I think it's $10.
$10. Yep.
That's pretty reasonably priced for what you just said.
Dude,
I was expecting like 20 or 15.
Yeah. And already, like, the areas that I've been to too are, all new art assets. That's one of the first things I look at when I do expansions is I go in there and I'm like, okay, what's really new?
Yeah.
Did they just reuse all their art? Like there's new assets everywhere, new voice acting, completely new voice actors. Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice.
Stuff.
If you're a Witcher fan, very much recommend it.
God damn it. I played that game a lot off stream. I think I'm 50 or
Oh.
60 hours into it, but
Also, this kind of came out of nowhere. They added in an alternate control method specifically.
They did-
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure for
and I
computer
use
players.
the alternate control method. That was
Yeah.
like that. I think that might have been their first or second. It was in a
It
couple
was in
patches
one of the
ago.
early patches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I
I
actually prefer it.
Yeah, most people do that I've talked to. I'm still kind of torn on it. I kind of like the more almost bouncy kind of other, but I will say in terms of like getting it more precise and especially during combat and stuff, dude, huge change. Great stuff.
That was actually one of my complaints with the game originally. Is like I didn't like how he controlled, and I think we brought that up when we were talking about it. I didn't like the movement at all, and this really
that
fixes it.
feedback is what caused that to be made.
Yeah,
It's
which
because
is crazy.
so many people said that.
And they actually said that the game is meant to be played with the control scheme that it shipped with, but they added this as an alternate. Like that is fucking absurd. That
Dude,
a
they
game
did the
developer
same with
that.
storage.
Yeah.
They did the same with the books, the new inventory systems, the like everything they've done, these big changes that fundamentally affect how you play the game, all on player feedback.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a fucking that's a massive game. I
tell you, man,
I had more
it's
time.
so cool to see like these companies like really start to take advantage of the kind of development power and what they can do and interfacing with their communities. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, it's awesome. This kind of stuff back in the day was just unheard of.
Yeah,
Totally
it didn't happen. It didn't
Yeah, it
happen.
just didn't happen.
Didn't happen at all. I'm gonna stop showing this on screen because I'm sure I'm getting into spoiler territory for the DLC. Anything else that you guys? Battlefront is over. Zeke? Did you ever revisit Battlefront?
Nah, I didn't really need to be honest with you.
Okay. Yeah, like
I from playing it for the hour that I did, I get what it is, and it's great and everything, but in order to be fun, I have to like be able to, I don't know, compete.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Sure.
And
sure.
that's just hours that I don't want to spend doing for that particular game. I went back to Destiny. I saw
you streaming that.
I'm at 274 light or something like that. So I'm almost there. I'm almost raid ready.
There you go.
Yep. So that's what I've been doing off cast a lot, is just grinding out those Destiny levels and that kind of stuff. So
Wow. More Overwatch news. This is about 2 hours old now, but IGN's reporting that the beta will include voice chat, private lobbies, and spectator mode as well, which is pretty big for it to launch this early on with all that crap. So that's cool.
Private lobbies?
Yeah. It's pretty cool. That's cool.
Really cool for us.
Yeah.
That's super cool. That especially for a beta.
Yeah, exactly. There was also the reason I brought up Battlefront is it's always interesting to see when that stuff happens. Like, first everyone's like, oh my God, if you play Battlefront, it's so good. Then you go to the end of it and people are just like, it was all right.
Well,
and
dude,
that's just
when
kind
you
of like
have,
the up
when
and
you have
down hype.
5 days of the same freaking map, and everyone did the exact same thing. They played the drop zone infantry only map a few times, and then they got into an assault game and realized how much cooler it was and never played anything else.
Yeah.
So it's like you'd only have 1 or 2 people playing that. But dude, like, I'm kind of surprised that they kept the Battlefront beta open as long as they did, with as little in there as there is, like without another game mode and without another. Because I mean, I couldn't even play it the last day. Like, I seriously like went in like, hey, let's play Battlefront this afternoon, and I kind of sat in front of it and I was like, it's just couldn't do it.
I didn't stream it after the first 2 days, and I hopped into it for like 30 minutes. And then it got to the point where people got good enough to where you were kind of getting spawn camped at some points, and I was like, fuck, man, I'm just done. I want something else to play this game. So I'll probably check it out when it comes out on release, obviously, just to see the other game modes.
Yeah,
But
I'm really excited for the atmospheric combat game mode.
what is that? I'm trying to, because they put out all the game modes finally. What is that as I pull this
I made
up?
the mistake of calling it space mode, and it's not. It is basically just planes. It is just the plane combat. And apparently they're adding in some like multi-seated air. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I've just heard rumors. But yeah, by far for me, the funnest part of that was the plane combat. They nailed it. Like, I really enjoyed that part of it. And to do just that would be really fun. But yeah, some of the game modes coming in, man, they look really cool.
Yeah.
They could be really cool. But we'll have to see. Again, if they don't really have that interesting meta, then It's
Yeah.
going to just evolve out of existence anyway.
There's Fighter Squadron, Supremacy, Cargo, Droid Run. What is Droid
Zeke,
Run?
what's up?
What
Zeke.
happened? I think he's getting
Oh.
construction or something.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I just wanted to ask you guys real quick. I'm not very good at PvP ever for anything. My bread and butter is more like story-driven games and stuff like that. What would you guys, in your opinion, say is the best Star Wars story-driven game?
Knights of
That's
the
like
Old
single
Republic.
player. I played Knights of the Old Republic.
Knights of the Old Republic
Anything else?
2.
I played those.
They're good. Jedi Knight 2.
Jedi Knight 2 is pretty good. If you're
I
looking,
had a Jedi Knight. Both of them are fun.
the Force
How old is
Unleashed
that?
games aren't bad.
Force Unleashed though is I don't know.
It's
They're-
not
they
it's
feel
weird.
like they're just trying to jam an action game into the Star Wars universe, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, they're not a great Star Wars game. The
It's
mechanics
harder
are
to
kinda-
sell.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, Jedi Knight 2 is really cool. But Coder, have you done both Coders? You said.
Yeah, those games
Those
are
are the
so
big
good.
ones.
Not on stream though. I haven't done it on stream. Maybe I'll do them on stream someday.
Yeah,
could.
if it's been a while, especially, I have those are both on
Since
my,
they
my
came out.
bucket list.
You know,
For
they
sure.
they actually, for Coder 2 and I think for Coder 1 as well, you can do it, but not officially. They added widescreen support, and you can like play at high res resolutions now as well, so it'll look a lot better. I had
Oh,
the
Republic Commando. That's another good one.
oh, I don't even think I
Okay.
ever played that.
That was a kind of off the side one. That was pretty crazy. You actually like lead a little squad. It's an interesting game. I played it for like 30 minutes. Unfortunately, this was way back in the day.
Interesting.
And wow, it's a 9 out of 10 on Steam, 4 out of 5 on Metacritic
For what, Republic Commando?
for Republic Commando.
I've never
Oh, I
played
didn't
that.
know it was that highly rated. Maybe I have to try it again sometime.
The one mode that I'm interested about, there's a mode called Hero Hunt that I think it was one of the 3 announced in Battlefront, and the description is that it's you against 7 rebels or you against 7 other players, and then I think it like switches out the hero amongst the other 7 people and you kind of rotate. So that seems like it might be kind of fun, unless it's not, in the sense that it was not fun on Hoth, where you'd spawn as like Luke and then you just destroyed immediately. But that's also because there was maybe 14 people or 20 people there. So,
Oh, dude, I
want to see
had
what that
one,
looks like.
one time I spawned in as Darth Vader, and I shit you not, I somehow spawned in a ring of enemy
people.
troops. Like they had completely come in. So I'm holding right click and spinning in a circle, like trying to deflect. They all just look at me and focus. I died as Vader in about 30 seconds, maybe, if even. Nothing I could do. Not a damn thing. But yeah, dude, that game had some serious issues it needs to work out.
Yeah.
I really hope they do before release.
I will say we had a bunch of fun. Was that Wednesday night when we were fighting each other in the air over and over?
Yeah, actually.
That was Wednesday. That was good.
That was really good. That was a lot of fun.
I enjoyed the flying in that game, even if I still think the Empire is a little bit like TIE Fighters is still too strong. You
what?
can-
The TIE Fighters?
yeah, I feel like they're
Please,
super strong.
The Empire's totally overpowered with the shields, man.
Oh, you mean the
Use
Rebels?
that shield versus a TIE fighter, and you'll never lose.
Yeah, I always won every fight with a TIE Fighter, and I was like 50-50 with the X-Wings.
Interesting. Yeah. No, I found the X-wing, the Empire side or the Rebel side for me is so much easier. Except that
easier?
damn airspeeder, waste of a shit.
Yeah, the thing's are fucking worthless.
I
Don't
hate
even
that thing. The
don't
fact
bring
that
that thing
that's
up.
not the only plane that spawns in the last round
Yeah.
is just like
It's pretty
what?
bad.
God, they're like flying buses. It's terrible.
It's pretty bad. Any other news you guys want to? I'm scanning Reddits to see what's been newsworthy. But game-wise, I think we're pretty much good.
Kind of interesting.
I miss-
Something to keep the lookout for. Oh, go ahead, Zeke. Go ahead.
What?
No, go ahead, please.
Oh.
Mine was off. Yep.
I was gonna say, there's a lot of horror games coming out in the next 2 weeks. A lot of indie horror games. There's probably I think five or six that are actually decent. Like we'll probably want to take a look at them. Completed games that are coming out in the next 2 weeks.
Nice. I
So
saw
some very cool stuff on there.
Darkest Dungeons getting its full release January 19th, 2016. So that's finally gonna. I feel like that game's been out for a year, but it's actually still not even out at full release. What were we gonna say?
Really?
See? Yeah, we played that we
I'm gonna.
played that in February actually.
We played it a long time
January or
ago.
February.
Yeah, a long time ago. No, I'm gonna completely miss Overwatch. I just realized.
You going to PAX Australia?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
No shit, really?
I had some other people
Yes,
that were
sir.
telling me the
Oh, I
same
didn't tell
thing.
you guys that?
No, I didn't know. That's awesome.
No. I got the news a little while ago. I actually got it a couple weeks ago. They asked me if I wanted to go to PAX Aus and do the hosting gig, like the Twitch stage hosting games for PAX Australia. And I said, I don't know. Australia. Of course I want to go. And they're like, all right, just get your, make sure you have a passport and visa and all this shit. I was like, okay. So I leave on the 26th of this month.
Nice.
Heading down there, gonna hang out with my boy, Excessive Profanity, Darius Carlin, Wet for Jesus, Tiasu, all the
That'll be a fun
Aussies.
trip. I honestly,
Yeah,
I'm.
it should be awesome. Hopefully, I told those guys if you want, I'll come over to your house. We'll get drunk, and I'll you guys lay down a beat, and I'll write a rap tune to it. I'll write some bars.
Nice. Nice.
You're going to be streaming during this, right?
Oh yeah. Well, I will be on the twitch.tv/twitch or /PAX or whatever. I'll be on the stage doing that stuff. But yes, that stuff will definitely be streamed on one of those guys' channels.
I'm interested to when you get back from that. I'll be very interested to talk to you about how that event was, because it's the second time that they've been in Australia, PAX, right?
Yep, this
Yeah.
second PAX Australia.
Yeah. So I'll be interested to see how that goes. I'm also kind of jealous because you'll be elsewhere, kind of removing yourself from the rat race that will be Overwatch launch day and week. So it's kind of nice because you'll just be able to watch, and be like, those idiots, and then fucking drink whatever you drink in Foster's. That's the only thing that comes to mind. What do you drink in Australia? 'Cause Foster's is like the thing that Australians don't like to drink.
Well, you don't drink anything from the place you're like if you're an American and you drink Bud Light, everyone's like, "You fucking." I like Bud Light. I'm sure there's people in Australia. I'm sure there's people in Australia that are like, I happen to like Foster's.
Probably.
You know, it's not bad. Foster's is just beer, for Christ's sake. Get over it.
It's actually Australian for beer, but anyways.
Victoria Bitter. There you go, Victoria.
What is that? That's a drink? What is Victoria Bitter?
Yeah, it's a beer.
Oh.
It's a beer.
I've never had it.
Yeah.
I've never had it.
But yeah, I'll drink whatever. I'm sure they have everything down there that I want to drink, which is probably going to be everything. I don't know. I don't care.
As you do.
I don't care I'm not a fucking snob about anything I imbibe. I don't drink it for the flavor more often than not. I drink it for the effect. It's like people don't take, like, I don't know, name a drug and go like, this tastes better than the other drug I was taking. No, they're like, this gets me higher than the other drug. That's what alcohol is for. Alcohol is for me personally. I don't care about the flavor it tastes. I'm just like, get it in my system and into my brain.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Did you ever random thing? Did you ever try the powder alcohol? Did you ever hear? I think it was vodka.
Dude, didn't that get outlawed pretty quick?
Well, I remember seeing like a YouTube video and people were talking about like the guy tested that people were worried that you would get like fucking super like crazy pumping your stomach levels of drunk from the powder alcohol. And he tried to drink, I think he had like 7 or 8 glasses of it. And it like, he wasn't even that, he was drunk, but he wasn't like super fucked up.
They had the alcoholic vaporizer for a while too.
Really?
That was,
I didn't know that.
mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
didn't
for
know
people
that.
that couldn't drink or had stomach problems and still wanted to get drunk.
How
did we start talking about all this?
I don't know. Zeke brought up drugs, and I'm just like, let's talk about drugs.
No, I did not. You brought up
Zeke and his damn drugs, man.
Australia. I was talking about, having fun in Australia, and you're like, what are you going to drink down there at Foster's? And then boom, then from there,
There you go.
it just went off from there.
That happened.
But yeah, no, I'll take pictures from the beach for you guys.
Okay. Just don't die. Just
When you
don't
see
fuck
the
with the king. Don't go and touch a kangaroo. He'll beat your ass. Just stay away from all
It's not
the...
like they're fucking everywhere, and you can just go
Yes,
up and make
they
friends with
actually
one.
are.
They are.
They actually are. You're gonna
They're
die.
like in town, like they just.
This you're watching step 1 of Zeke getting his ass beat by a kangaroo. They're not everywhere, and
Just make sure you film it. That's all I'm gonna say. Just make sure you film it.
No, watch out for the spiders and snakes. More like is what like the way more
My
deadly and hard to defend against are spiders and snakes.
I had a friend that lives in Australia, and they would tell me that they don't. A lot of places just don't have AC there, and so they have their windows open at night. But they sleep under these giant nets, so the bugs won't get into the bed. And if you wake up in the middle of the night and you turn on the light, you'll see like thousands and thousands of bugs crawling on this net as you're sleeping underneath it.
This is inside your house?
This is inside your like spiders are just always crawling on their they've
Why
told me
don't
a
you
bunch
just
of
put
stories.
something on the window?
I don't know. This is what I've heard from Australia.
Why don't you take that net and just put it over the window?
I don't know. I hope that Zeke stays in a hotel.
I've been to Australia before. It's not as bad as all that.
Okay. All right.
It's way over exaggerated.
It's probably
way
over exaggerated.
But like, maybe that's not in the cities or stuff, because I'm going to be staying in the city. I'm going to be in Melbourne, I think, is where it is.
Is that where it's at? Melbourne? Okay.
I've been to Sydney, and this is going to be in Melbourne. Cool. And I'm sure it's nowhere near that bad. Like, they don't thrive on the concrete jungle, I'm sure.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. That's in 2 weeks, right?
I ain't scared. Just quit trying to scare me. Now that's the thing. Like, I'm not scared of spiders or snakes. Like, they don't bother me at all. The bugs, like, the worst movie scene of all time is the Indiana Jones like hallway where they're feel like step on fortune cookie. And he's like, "Those aren't fortune cookies, kid," and he fucking lights it up, and there's bugs. Just
oh yeah.
God, that's bugs are bad for me. Spiders and snakes I can deal with.
That's rough. I don't
know why.
That's in 2 weeks, right? So what? We'll have you here next week, Zeke, but the week after we won't.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. All right. Just thinking ahead.
I'm just gonna go ahead and call out early for the Fallout 4 week too.
Yeah, I think we shouldn't do a show that week.
Just go ahead and get that out of the way.
That's fine, because I'll be. Yeah, that's fine. I'll be getting back from BlizzCon. I'll be tired as fuck.
Or if you don't mind, I'll play it and stream it during drop frames.
We'll talk about it off stream. I have some ideas for that. Not that specifically, but for another show that I do that I think you already talked to you about. if Zeke is gone or he'll be back that week. We'll talk about it afterwards. We'll figure out some shows.
Sure.
We got a show next week though, 3:00 Eastern on Wednesday. We're gonna wrap up here. Let's do some shout outs. To do so, start us off.
Absolutely. Well, a big thanks as always to Zeke and JP, also the phenomenal Gears Art who was on at the beginning. Be sure to toss him a follow. That was awesome. He was great. In terms for what I'm doing, for the rest of this week, you'll see Nopetober stuff in the morning, Resident Evil 2, 3, 4, scary games, stuff like that. And then in the afternoons, going to be doing Witcher 3, as well as Wasteland 2, Director's Cut Edition that was recently released. We're going to be doing that soon. And in 4 days, I actually complete my 2-year challenge on Twitch of streaming every single day for 2 years. And that is on the 18th in 4 days. So we're kind of having a party there, doing some pretty big giveaways for everyone, some fun stuff. So I hope to see you then. And yeah, find me at twitch.tv/CohhCarnage, same on Twitter and YouTube. And thanks as always.
Awesome stuff. Zeke, do some shout outs, sir.
I'd love to. Are you going to shut up down there? All right. My name is Zeke. I do variety stuff. Noon Pacific every day. Thank you to Co and JP, and a big thank you to Gears. Been waiting to get an artist on the show to talk about like doing art, because there's a lot of questions that needed answering, and I hope we did what we could to answer them. That's it. I have absolutely nothing else. I might be playing some Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas very soon, just to get those out of the way before Fallout 4 comes out. But watch my Twitter for updates. Done.
Woo! There you go. And you're going to Australia for PAX. So say hi if you're in Australia for PAX.
Yeah, say hi. Come say hi.
I really want to know what attendance is like down there. Like, I have no idea. I have no idea what to think about that show.
I bet it's like PAX South. I bet it'd be like a little intimate. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be awesome.
That actually sounds awesome. So I'm totally into that. I'm totally jealous. But that's it. We've got Swan Song tonight at 8. I think Co, you're streaming right after this.
Yep, taking about a 10-minute break and then going right into Witcher 3.
Zeke, you streaming after this tonight? Maybe.
I might kick up something.
Okay, all right.
I'm not sure. I'm wondering like Destiny or Fallout 3. I really want to play Destiny, but Fallout 3, like I just downloaded it, so meh. Who knows?
I don't know. Figure it out. We'll see. You're on Zeke's channel, so if you just hit the follow button, he'll be live and you'll get notified.
Yeah, follow right here.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. We'll see you guys next week. I'm out. Have a good one. We're out. Have a good one. Bye-bye.